Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. On today's episode, we have a personal finance sort of check-in that I wanted to share with you. I know that if you're signed up to my newsletter, I've been sending out my monthly check-in or updates for my personal budget. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and sign up to the newsletter. Other than that, I think this is a good opportunity to show you behind the scenes of how I plan my personal finances that ultimately end up financing my lifestyle, which is a lot of travel, a lot of going outdoors, and just things that I am passionate about. So if you're interested in any of that, make sure to subscribe and join me on this weekly check-in. Okay, so finally I'm sitting down here. I have my tracker open and I'm gonna start recording how I'm gonna go through the process of doing my check-in. So let's now jump into the screen here and let's see. So I recorded up to today because I did a transfer from one of my accounts to my Roth IRA. But so what I will typically do is go into all my several different accounts. And as I mentioned before, I have at least maybe like five savings accounts, maybe four debit accounts, and multiple credit cards and investment accounts as well. And so the ones that I use the most are depending on if I'm, aiming for a minimum spend amount for a bonus on a credit card. Right now, I don't have anything, so I have three credit cards that I'm currently using. So is my Venture X card, which is my favorite card. It's a travel card, and it gives me access to Priority Pass lounges as well as the Capital One lounges. So that's basically my favorite card. I really like that card. And my next one is the American Express Gold card, which I use for my groceries or for if I go out to eat. I use that because it gives me the most points per dollar on spend money on groceries and or eating out. And the last one is my City Strata Premier, which is not as good, but I did get a bonus for meeting the minimum spend. And it has the best, what's it called? Points, thank you points per dollar spent on gas stations or if you have EV charging vehicles. So basically, my City Premier car is used for gas. My American Express Gold is used for eating out and groceries, and my Venture X for anything travel related or anything that neither of them are going to give me a good back point. So, for example, the American Express might just give me 1 point for any extra. If you want to check out these cards or like see the exact details of the offers, I'll link referral links on the description down below. If you use any of those, it would help my channel. But also, just if you're interested in them and you're considering, make sure that it's actually something that is going to be useful for you and in the way that you spend. For now, these three cards are what I'm aiming for in my journey towards collecting miles for travel and stuff like that. But that's a story for another video. So the way that I'm going to do is basically going through my three different accounts for those bank accounts and just make sure that I'm logging in the transactions that had happened since. So it looks like the last one that I did was um, May 9th. May 9th was Monday. So I know I've had some spending since Monday. I think I refill with gas. And let's just check those accounts and see what things need to be recorded on my transactions so that I can go into my yearly spending budget allocations and make sure that I update those to make sure that they're up to date and if I am on track. So that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm going to go into my Capital One account. Okay, so now I'm gonna take you to the transactions of my recent transactions. So I had this Patreon subscription that I'm going to cancel. I just kind of wanted to sign up for that so I could figure some things out, which I did. So now I'm going to cancel that. I did have some recreation.gov for a permit for going outdoors. Walgreens, I don't know if you can hear in my voice, but I got a little sick the other day. And so I'm still recovering, but I had to go to the pharmacy to get some medication to feel better. So, a side note on that, um, this is 5450, and if you have an HSA account, you can use your HSA card to pay for this kind of expense. Otherwise, you could pay with your own card, like I am doing, and I'm going to save the receipt to eventually reimburse myself that money in the future. What that does is I'm earning money on this 5450 that I'm paying with my Venture X, at least 2 points per dollar, and I would eventually, reimburse myself that money back without paying tax. So that's a different story again, but that's just a little bit of a strategy that I wanted to share right there. My car insurance. So I don't know why. I guess my insurance is very low compared to other people, but my insurance is the basic insurance, and it's also an really old car, so it's pretty low. So that needs to be recorded from the recent transactions. I was just kidding. This is when I was sick. So I just went to Walgreens again. So I need to record that stuff. So I'm going to go through all these transactions and basically make sure I log them in. So let's see, Capital One. So this is the important thing about doing this checkings. So what I realized here, they on May 13, I have this charge for a woman's plan of exercise, and they're charging me 94.85. What I'm actually going to do is dispute that transaction and reach out to the vendor and say that I did not want to sign up for the plan. That's another side story, but I'm going to leave it to the end just so that we can move on with this. So that's 913, 513, but it's definitely something that I do not want to pay for. And I need to make sure I delete that. So this one I'm going to call other no needs for now and make a note that needs to be disputed. So I thought I wanted to do this workout, and um, I paid for it like $26 a few months ago, and I ended up not doing any of it. And for some reason, I guess they automatically signed me in for the membership, which I don't remember. I thought I was just paying for the plan for that, like challenge or whatever it was. And at the end, it looks like they signed me up for the membership, which I don't want to pay. And I had that happen before with, for example, like I signed up for Skillshare one time just for the free trial, and you kind of have to put in your credit card information, all of that stuff to get the 7 days free trial, whatever. So at the end of 7 days, if you don't like go in there and cancel it, it'll automatically start charging you for the membership. So just be careful with things like that, because those are potential items where you're leaking your money, and you don't want those things. Like I don't need that plan. Like I since I paid, I thought I was going to do it. I paid like 20 something dollars a couple of months ago, and I never really opened the app. So medicine, medicine, yeah, medicine. So you want to check for those things, which this is why tracking and knowing, like, what where your money is going is so essential. not just, thinking that you are on track, because you could never really know. So 47.66, so that's 515. Let's see, I gotta do two things at once, I guess. It was 47.66, 47.66 for car insurance, and we have here 54.50 and 50. So today, that was today, 516, 54.50 for these other needs. So I just went to the pharmacy. I stopped by. I got a soda. Okay, this is not other needs. This is other no needs. Okay. Disposable camera, because I'm going on vacation. I'm taking that. I got a soda, like I got soda to try out, and I got a lead spray thingy and a deodorant. So it's kind of half and half of deodorant needs and no needs, but I'm gonna account it for no needs. Then $50 for the pyramid, so 516, $50. Other, let's say this is going to be for travel, Yosemite, half dome permits, and what else do we have from here? Is $6 for Patreon, and that's pretty much it. So 516, $6 for travel, Colorado, and membership for trail. I need to get info on the trail, so I need to sign up for the Patreon membership. So that's it for one of my accounts. I think that's it. Everything else has already been recorded, so I'm going to close out of this account and just record the amounts that I have due for this account. Okay. So now I am on my American Express account, and I need to just make sure that I put in all the information. So I haven't recorded since May 9th, and I have this here, May 9, 5, 9, 12, what? 1292 from grocery outlet. So that should be food. I don't think I went to get food. What did I go get at grocery outlet? Oh yeah, I went to get other needs. I went to get detergent for laundry. And what else did we do? So 53.59 at Stater Brothers. That is a gift. It was 5/11, 53.59. I'll consider that gifts, flowers and stuff. Then we have Starbucks, 570, and 790 as well. So yeah, 511, 570. It's eating out, coffee, and then today I also treated myself with that, so that's 790. Eating out, also coffee. All right, so that's today, and we have this too from Walmart, so 23.69 and 12.93. 23.69 and 12.93, and what were the dates? 5/13 and 5/14. 5/13 and 5/14, basically back to back. So this is considered food, and I just like to make a note of where I bought it. Walmart and Walmart. Oh, from one of the things I should have done since the beginning was to mark down which ones they were. Venture X, and I make a little X here just to make sure that remind myself that that money needs to be paid back. Disposable camera at the other end. Yeah, that was bad. This, and that. And then this is the Amex. Okay, so just do that. All of these are the Amex. And the last one that I need to go in is my Citi Premier card. So let's go in it. Of course, if you don't have as many bank accounts, or if you have all of your transactions in one bank account, it's probably easier to just do that. For me, like I said, I try to maximize for points right now, and so I have at least 3 different credit cards that I use for those kind of things. Also, I do not have I do not carry any balance on any of my cards. I make sure to pay it all off by the statement due date, if not earlier, and then just make sure that I get points for the purchases that I will otherwise be making anyway with my debit card. So, and just because it's safer to pay with credit cards than it is to pay with debit cards. So, just know yourself. If you are using a card that you're carrying balance with, do not use that one. Just focus on paying that off, and then just use something that is clean slate. It'll help you build credit, and it would also just prevent you from increasing that interest on the amount that you already owe. So okay, so now back on my Citi Premier here, this one. We are going to record transactions from, I think, only these 2 right here. So, or actually it's just one, because this one's already recorded. It's 514 was 5043. So 514 50 what 43 5043. Yeah, that was gas in my Citi Premier. Oops. X. Okay, so that is about it in the time that it takes to do the transactions. Oh no, it did not start my timer. Unfortunately, it didn't record the time, but it basically, if you do this once a week, it's gonna be very simple. Now, if you want to take it a step further, like I do, like I just want to know where I'm at each week, I'm going to now go in and filter all of the items that I have recorded and see, update my numbers compared to what I should be at this moment, or at the end of the year, I mean, the month. And so, yeah, but if you don't want to just record your transactions so that at the end of the month you don't have a whole list of items to record, then this would be your stop. Otherwise, let's go in and dive in a little further. So I'm going to now, I need to actually filter just for May. So I'm gonna remove this one. I'm gonna do food. Remove all. I'm gonna go to food because that's the first one on my list. So for food, so far, it says I have only spent. This is not right. And why is it not? I need everything. Oh, okay. All right. So for food in May, I have spent $99.12. Okay, that's quite low, I want to say. Okay, so for food, it says it's $99.12. So okay, let's take that. For gas, let's do the filter for gas. Go here, select gas, and it says it's $54.43. Are you sure? Why is it hiding all of this? It's not okay. So it's actually for gas is $107.93. So $107.93. Ooh, okay. For emergency savings, I believe that's how much I have put in my emergency savings as of today. Let's do this. What I'd like to do here is make a note, and I'm going to do emergency savings. Yep. Oh, 500. No, no, that's not right. It's only 100 because some of that money is being used to pay off my debt. So it is only 100. At this moment, I think I'm going to leave it open like that just to make sure that how much it actually ends up going to my savings. So I'm going to just delete this part. Okay, so for travel savings, there's none. There for laundry, I already did the 25. I think there might be something more. So coming up for other needs, so laundry. So here for select all. This is where the big chunk of my expenses has come out, I feel like. And just to make sure that none of it is deselected here. Why is it just selecting this? I really don't know. Okay, so for other needs, in May, I have spent, okay, 117.46. Okay, 117.46. 117.46. Okay, for other no needs, let's select here. Other no needs. Okay, I'm not liking. Why is it not showing me everything here? It should be showing everything. All okay. Now let's do other no needs here. Other no needs in May. Okay. Other no needs in May. I have what? Okay, I'm not gonna count this one because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get that money back reimbursed. So I'm gonna just say 54.50. All right, I guess I haven't spent that much money. 54.50. That's disposable. Disposable. That's where it just doesn't matter. I should probably consider my money that goes out for coffee into disposable, but I know that that's not how it works for me. Disposable, it's more like, I don't know, just a little extra money, which I guess I don't have that much money. I mean, 15.10 I spent on it, so not bad. 15.10. I felt like I've been going out shopping a lot this month, but I guess I haven't done that much. I just eating out. Let's see, maybe in eating out. We'll see. Let's do this. Eating out. Why is it in brackets? Okay, so eating out in May has been also not bad. 47.91. Okay, 47.91. Yeah, I guess I haven't gone out to eat, but I will tomorrow, so I guess I have some room to spend there. For clothes, I have spent money on clothes, I'm sure. So let's filter for that. Here. Yes, 123. Need shoes and some more clothes. 123.84. You know what happened? I went out too long without doing my laundry, and I ended up thinking that I didn't have enough clothes, so I ended up buying, and then I eventually did my laundry, and I realized that I have way too many clothes that I should just done my laundry. But it's already done. 53.59 for gifts right here. Additional savings, I'm going to leave that blank. Additional investments, so I did do a transaction just today from my Wells Fargo checkings to my Roth IRA, so I will consider that 100 right here. Works expense, I don't have anything this month yet. for interest, this is just an estimate. I will update it at the end of the month. And for travel expenses, let's see, I'm going to account those expenses that I paid for Yosemite and for Colorado, because there are eventually going to be for travel. So $56 in my travel expenses. I know this is going to go up because I'm going to be parking my car at LAX soon. So that's 56. Travel Lisbon, that's my savings fund with my boyfriend so far is 250. Next week I'm actually going to be doing another contribution, and it's going to be 500, so this will eventually be 750. For donation there's 0, and for additional debt payments, so I've done a lot of debt payments recently because I just want to be paid off with my SoFi loan that cover a lot of my credit card debt that I had from being a student. So that is coming out of my savings, which hurts to see my savings account go down. But savings right now only has, 3.8 interest rate. And so my money is losing more money by, just sitting in the loan at 8.6. But anyway, I digress. Let me see. What am I looking for? I'm looking for, oh yeah, debt. I'm looking for debt here. I'm going to select all of it. And for May, you see, okay, so for SoFi loan, we have been making all this right here. Oh, I have today as well. Oh no, that's it. That's pretty much it. So that's 35, 3404, 35, 3404. And that's pretty much it. So I going to be updating these numbers at the end of the month when I see, like what the final money out is after I account for all the money. So it's basically like, I guess, how you would run a business. You count all your money in, all your money out, and whatever you're left with. For my variable expenses, this is where I pay the most attention because this is where I can cut down things. And so let's see, for being halfway down the month, it's not looking too bad. I'm surprised about the food being so low. Even though I have gone out to buy more protein, so that'll probably change by this weekend. The gas is a little more expensive than I would have thought at this point of the month, but I know that I've been going to south to Doheny to surf, so that's definitely going to increase a little bit, especially in the summer months. My emergency savings, I'm not considering anything right now since my focus is to pay off that SoFi loan by the end of this month. For travel savings, I am spending in travel, so I don't think there's going to be any leftover for that, which is fine. I can start that again next month. For my other things, I think the only one that I'm looking a little over, or I guess quite a bit over, is my other no needs allocation. But there are things that are needed, and the other needs allocation, which were things that are actually needed, so it's fine. It's just something to keep in mind. Other no needs, just barely like over budget. So I'm gonna try to be more conscious and not spend any more on things that are just random. And for disposable and eating out, it's looking like I am within target. So I think I'm gonna be going out with a friend tomorrow to pre-celebrate my birthday. So I'm going to end up spending money there. But other than that, like the other problem I have is spending on clothes, which I realize now why that happens. So I'm gonna try to be more conscious and, to be honest, stop going out to buy clothes and things because they're cute, and I'm gonna just love it. And yeah, gonna see how that goes. Okay, guys, that's it for me today. I hope that the exercise kind of gives you motivation to start your own tracking and, your own personal finance journey. At the end of the day, it's actually really fun for me to go into the back and see what's going on and find ways that I can save money or find ways that I can increase my money, invest more money, and things like that so that I can travel around the world, plan things around the world, and not feel like I'm going to come back to nothing at the end of the day. So for me, it's a way to maintain the lifestyle that I want, and money is just a tool. And if we know how to use it, we can do it to our advantage. So hope you enjoy that, and I'll see you next time for a reset or something like that. I'll see you next time.